Hey there. One book can change everything. Discover revelations that spark courage, ignite dreams, and remind you who you truly are. From timeless classics to bold new voices, find your next inspiration in every page of Dr. Segun Olugbemi's books, such as Lessons from 30 Years of Marriage. Marriage is much more than a social contract. It is an institution established by God Himself. The man was never created to live in isolation, independent, alone, or all self-sufficient by himself. For two are better than one because they have a better reward for their labor. Red flags. Deception turns rulers into subjects and makes the wise foolish. It is the reason behind every failure, loss, pain, or regret. The life coach. The lessons we learn in life are: precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Wisdom is loaded in all of creation. Therefore, the responsibility of discovery is on you. Defeating the mother frog syndrome. Mother frog syndrome is symptomatic of a lifestyle that is comfortable with whatever life throws at it. A man with great dreams who is unwilling to do anything about it. It is a reactionary life rather than an active one. A life that responds rather than initiates. Without conquest, there can be no victory. Without reaching, there is no getting. This is an apt description of what today's church looks like. This book teaches you how to kill these lethargic and apathetic lives. Mercy Extended. The vision that has led to this timely exposition on the rising new Church of Jesus Christ is clearly detailed in this book. It distinguishes between the Solomon Church and the Davidic Church, the significance of the donkey upon which no man ever sat on the occasion of the triumphant entry, vis-a-vis the present-day reformers in the rising church who have an understanding that Jesus Christ is either Lord of all or not at all. Prophetic confrontation. Prophecies are divine and accurate foretelling of the future to an individual, group, or nation by God. However, the recipient of prophecy has a key role to play in seeing it come to pass as foretold and benefiting from it, since most prophecies are conditions. Silent years. The silent years are the years we spend without being noticed. They are years of thorough preparation of a vessel by the Master Himself for His unique use. In this jet age of fast food, fast information, online church, online Bibles, and fast Christianity, many Christians, leaders inclusive, do not see the need to truly wait on God as in the days of Elijah. Obadiah Commission. There is a reason the word independence is not used in any translation of the Bible. One of the reasons is that God never meant for us to independent of Him or one another. We are to be dependent on God and interdependent on one another. Lessons from the Patriarchs, Volume 1 and 2. Every information in the Bible has a message for us. We sure can learn from the names, places, numbers, people, principles, and instructions therein. You can order all these books and more on Amazon or call +2 34805 116 6211.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining us again on TLC, the life coach. Segun Olugbemi is my name. I'm glad you are back on this channel. You know, on this channel is purely a coaching hour. And this 30 minutes promises to be great. And do you know the reason why I've been coaching for many years now? God has helped me to come to leadership early in life. And I have understood one basic thing that runs across all humanity. Very often, we know what to do. We just don't know how to do it. And most of the teachers, preachers, or lecturers, or facilitators they always tell us what to do. What ought to do. Or to be done, rather. What we ought to be doing. But there's something we miss out. And that is how to do it. A lot of people have books, pile of books, and I always say this, I'm tired of hearing what I have to do. We know what we ought to do. If you live in a society that don't work, you want to make it work. If you live in a place where the system is dysfunctional, where the lawmakers are lawbreakers, where law enforcers are law creators, where there are all kinds of things and injustice in the land, you do know what ought to be done. Oh, I belong to church, things are not okay, people are stealing money, people are this and that. We know what ought to be done. What we don't know is how to do doing what we know and how to correct those things. And so that's why it's my lifelong passion to tell you how to be a better version of yourself. How to do what you know. Not what you ought to know, but how to do what you already know, not what ought to be done. So today on TLC, I'll be talking to you on 14 things never to do. Remind yourself of them. Build your life. You need to listen to this over and again. Make some mental notes, make some written notes, and afterwards, teach it to somebody, because these are the principles. People ask me, you know a lot of things, you read a lot of books. How do you record everything you know? How do you practice them? And I say, when I hear something, first, I take a mental note. Second, I take a written note. From written to mental, I will have to get into my head. And thirdly, I teach it within the first 3 days of learning that. I teach it to people. Because the rule of understanding and teaching is, the more you teach what you know, the more you know what you teach. So, and the fourth thing is, I look for a way to practice it in the first 1 week of learning that thing. And if you do that, then you can make progress. So I want to teach you about 14 things never to do. That's our coaching line today. Number 1, never live as a competitor. It will pressure you to waste your potential on what you were not designed for. You were never designed for certain things. Remember, there is a perfect world waiting for you. You will never fit into everybody's world. I want you to take the mirror and look at your face right now. Look at your nose. Imagine you are having a pointed nose like a Caucasian. Will it fit to the face you carry? Imagine your ears are like that of hair. Will it fit into that head you carry? Imagine your eyes were tiny like, the Asians, and, you don't have buggy eyes the way you are. Will it fit into that skull? So every skull, everyone is designed to carry the images they have. Either it's your eyes, your nose, your language, even your dentition. Everything is designed to fit perfectly into the face you carry. So on what ground will you compare yourself with yourself and live as a competitor? Oh, Mr. S, he does this. Mr. B, he does that. Oh, this one doesn't do this. I'm not doing that. I need to do that. Oh, don't you see so-and-so person's wife? Excuse me. The grass on the other side always looks greener, but it doesn't always follow suit. All right? Someone told me someday, my wife doesn't know how, it's not very romantic, it is not outgoing and all that. So he began to date a lady that is outgoing, and then started, and is dealing with constant requests from the other lady, asking, oh, this one, oh, can you have this? Oh, I need this money, and I then say, my wife doesn't request from there. I say, well, you were looking for someone who will make requests to fill the earth. I want to try to date somebody or be friendly with someone. The person say, oh, I need gold, I need silver, I need diamond, I need that. They say, but my wife doesn't ask for those things. Well, you were never satisfied with the woman who doesn't ask. Now you're going to date the one who is always killing you with requests, and now you are making a fool of yourself. You can't be a competitor to anybody. You were never sent there to compete. The only competitor you have, God helping you, is yourself. Be a better version of yourself. Look into yourself and say, what is it that I don't have? What is it that I lack? What is it that I accomplished last year? How can I do better this time? If this year is 5.0, last year was 5.0, can I make it 5.1 now? Even if you don't make 6, 5.1, 5.2, as marginal as it is, even 5.01 is still okay. You are making progress. But for God's sake, don't live as a competitor with other people. You will never be okay. You will never be satisfied. The ocean will never run dry because of you. In fact, the grass will continue to grow. The rains will come and they will sprout again. You continue to bury people all over the world. We bury people and the grave is not satisfied. The fire continues to devour, is never satisfied. The earth continues to drink of heavenly rain, and it's never tired. So don't ever try to compete with anyone. You will wear yourself out, and you will deprive the world of the best that you could be. All right? There's a world that you fit into perfectly, and everybody will embrace you when you enter into that world. Number 2, never lower your values for temporary gain. Doing so will portray you as someone lacking virtues. You will never possess integrity when you are willing to change your values for anything. If you see, somebody says, what do you believe in? What are your belief system on this? I believe everything. It's a simple way to fall for everything. I've said this for years. I don't know how I came about it, but he that stands for nothing falls for everything. If you stand for nothing, you will lower your value for anything. If you lower your value for anything, you will never, or for everything, you will never be a man of integrity, a woman of integrity. Integrity is a product of consistent building on your character. It's the strength of character that says, I know what I stand for. If I have to let money go, if I have to let things go, if I have to let possession, everything go, I will let them go, but I'm not going to bend. I won't bend, I won't bow, and I will not bend. Stop giving yourselves to just every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You can't bend for everything. You are never meant to bend backwards. You are meant to look forward, to walk straight. So, well, let's keep middle of the road approach. Middle of the road, nobody drives middle of the road. At the end, you're either to the right or to the left. Yeah, we can make compromises when it comes to discussing with people. What can we do differently? How can I shift ground? Called leveling. I can level up with you by coming down a bit, you go up a bit. Okay, but that does not mean that I live my life, bending the rules. Have some values that you stand for. Don't ever exchange your values for temporary gain. Once you do that, you're going to be a man or a woman that have no character. That has no character. Number 3, never settle for mediocrity, as it will deprive you of the best life has to offer. You are destined for greatness. Your creativity elevates you to the level of a genius. And so, by sitting back and settling for mediocrity is simply saying, this is all that life is. I can't be better. 50, 55, 49, it's all about it. When you can be 100, when you can be a 90, when you can be a 90 plus. Listen to me, please. You probably have not entered into your own world. That's why you're struggling with mediocrity. Because every eagle that perches among the chicks in the band will see himself as one of those chicks. But the moment they start, soaring, they come in and come get one of those chicks. If you hang in around people with whom you are not designed to function, you will not function well. Do you understand what I'm saying? You cannot. Come on now. Why will a fish judge itself by its ability to fly? Why will a bird judge itself by the ability to swim? These things work differently. They are not supposed to swim. They are supposed to soar. They are supposed to fly. You are not supposed to fly. You are supposed to swim. Stay in your world, and you'll be the genius of that world. A lot of people ask me, how do you do so many things together? Because I have a little company which we call REST Global Services. That's resources, equipping, strategizing, equal turnover. How do you get into coaching? How do you get into leadership training and a management consultant? How do you do all this together? And you are a preacher. I say, it's just the same. I just find different expression. Because when it comes to motivation, I can be a motivator. I'm a conference speaker and I'm a leadership trainer, human resource person, and I'm a life coach. Now I'm an author. And I'm a preacher of 40-something years standing. Gather all that, they are just one thing. I'm just expressing the desire to help humanity become who God meant them to be. That's all. That's why I'm here talking to you now. Many of you have never communicated with us, never made comments, you never called us, you never sent emails, you've never chatted with us on WhatsApp, you've never supported us in any way, you've never shared our post, you never liked it, you've never done nothing. But I'm still here because I'm expressing myself. Someone said to me, I called him one day, I said, how are you doing? I just want to know about your health. He said, look, thank you so much. He said, everything you preach, everything you teach, the things you write, and I read them voraciously. I wait for them every week, the articles you post, and I listen to your tapes. I said, you have not even so much as dislike it. I didn't say like it. Dislike it. Let me see your finger disliking. And all that. And then we all laugh together. But there are people who've never done that. Why am I now discouraged? I'm giving expression to what God has put in me. I want to help you become a better version of yourself. Just show some love. Be good. Pour out yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? Number 14. Number 4, please. Out of number 14. Never accept labels. When they label you in a world filled with variety and endless possibilities, then you are shortchanged. Labels reflect others' perception of you, often failing to represent your true capabilities. Don't let anybody label you. People ought to judge you by your abilities, what you are capable of, by the content of your character. They don't always do that. But when you accept the label, it limits your world. A young man came to me one day, and please, without any offense, he said to me, do you have anything against, what is that hair they do now? Dreadlocks and the Rastafarian look hairstyle. I said, I don't have anything against it. He said, does it bother you? I said, does it bother me? And all that. He said, what do you say if I do that? I said nothing. That's what you want. It's a free world. He said, but do you think if you have reasons if you are in my shoes not to do it? I said, a million reasons. He said, what could be your reason? I said, number 1 is that it limits you. If I wanted someone in the boardroom, if I wanted to send someone to the presidency to negotiate with the government, if I wanted to send someone to United Nations or to cabinets or to boardroom, to world headquarters, if I wanted someone who would go represent my organization at a particular level, I will not send you. I want someone who is clean cut, who is well shaved, who is well dressed, and looks like one of us. And politicians in the country where I come from, when they're looking for touts, when they're looking for those who will cause riot, steal ballot boxes, and do all that stuff, they will come for you. Even though you are a decent, man, you are good looking, you are God-fearing, they're not going to, society has stereotyped you by this thing. So you limit yourself, and you allow yourself to be stereotyped. So I said, why not choose a lifestyle that won't lock you into a place? Because if a society already lock a set of people, you've got to prove yourself. But you can walk in a world that you don't have to struggle. So don't walk in a stereotyped world. If you're already stereotyped, you get out of the stereotype and then live contrary to the stereotype and let them see that you have something, so that your true capability is not limited by what the society had already concluded about you. And they say something like, don't judge a book by its cover. That is a good admonition. Do we always do it? That's what. Every day we judge every book we see by its cover first. Do you understand? You have to look at the cover, look at the title. I'm an author of many books. So I know how we judge books. We look at the cover, you want to see the title, then you want to go to the back of the book, you want to see what is written there and all that. So you judge a book by its cover anyway, before you have opportunity to look at the content. So you got to tell yourself, I have to look my best. I put on my best, I dress my best, I say my best, I communicate my best, because you only have once to make a first impression. Number 5, never give up. Quitters never win and winners never quit. The challenges you fail to overcome today will be tougher for you tomorrow. He who fights and run away will live to fight another day. You live to fight another day, but you're going to face that battle that you never fought. There are many ways to go through a problem. To solve a problem, you either go through it, you go around it, you go over it, you go under it, or you go back. So make up your mind that if you go through it, you deal with it once and for all, you are yourself. If you fail to overcome a challenge today, you will face it sometime in the future. And I'm telling you this, as far as the things of life are concerned, you have a responsibility to overcome now. Why? the older you get, the tougher it is to deal with certain things. You know, as I get older, I begin to see the reason why the Bible says, you know, remember your Creator in the days of your youth. When I was a youth, even when I was married, nearly got married, I will go for 7 days fasting. I only need to give my wife a day or 2 days notice. Saying the next 7 days, I only drink water, or I don't want to drink water, I don't want to eat food. If I'm going to do it 3 days, I wake up in the morning, I say, the next 3 days, I'm not eating. I'm just fasting. So that's the stuff. That's how it was. Now I got older, I'm growing older, and I found out that my itinerary is back. It's filled back to nations of the earth, to different churches. Right now, before I came in here, I already got some things that I have to adjust on my itinerary because it's just coming back to back. Why are these things coming back to back? The reason is because I now have a status that I can help to build. I'm not an echo, I'm a voice. And more people look up to me to help shape their beliefs and to help coach them and make the most of their lives. Now, I'm not able to hang in, to lock myself as long as I will be as a younger man. And my strength is not quite the same because I'll do those 7 days, I'll still be fasting. Now, I've got to do so many recordings, I've got to publish many books, I have so many things. So, I'm unable to do some things that I used to easily do as a younger person. I need to rest a lot more. I need to do certain things more. So that's what life is all about. Never walk away from anything that you could resolve now. Settle your challenges now. It could be tougher tomorrow if you don't. And even many families, you say, oh, my dad and my mom, they divorced. And now you're having crisis of marriage. Instead of settling that and resolving, you leave it for your children to deal with those things. The demons you never overcame, you've left for your children to fight them. Number 6. Never accommodate hate, malice, grudges, and the rest. They lower you to the level of your haters and they keep you stuck in your past. Never allow anyone to live rent-free in your head, in your mind. It's totally unacceptable. It's enough that they hurt you. But it's worse that you let them live rent-free in your head. And every day you are thinking, every day you are as angry today as you were yesterday. And that's how they behave, and that's how they do things. I hate it. I don't know why they would do this to me. I was good to everybody, and see what they have done to me. They turned me upside down. Come on now, just keep quiet. Everyone goes through that. You want to talk about betrayers? You need to ask me some. My marriage is a few years old. Maybe as long as I've lived, I've been married. You know, my marriage is 38 years now. And can you bet that we've accommodated and helped, housed, and supported people who have lived between 1 year to 7 years or 8 years or 9 years. And we've had about 40-something of them. We've seen betrayers at the highest level. Church leaders, assistant pastors who are betraying us, very disloyal. Children that we raised who have lived with us for 7 years suddenly turn against you and sold you out for pittance. People that have lived, you thought they imbibe your values, they just turn the world upside down on you. We've seen that. I've seen hate. I've seen people who lied. People have lied terribly against me. And somebody came to me and said, oh, 3 or 4 people have tried to marry me, and then everybody disappointed me. And one pastor came to our church. He said, there is a man of God you hurt. You need to go and say, please, sir, I'm sorry. I said, no. I didn't pray against you. Father, in Jesus' name, release her. I don't want anything against you. He said, yeah, but I know you're not happy with me. I said, yeah, you hurt me. Did you betray me? Yes. Did you do it? But I never spoke against you. I never did. You know, and I have scores of them like that. Scores of them. Oh, this one said, my life is so upside down, except you come to my aid because of what I did against you. I've seen betrayers, but I will never let them live rent free of me. One of those I trained in school. I trained this person in school, and then she graduated, came back, and was working with an organization, and the organization did not have money to pay her. So I told that organization, I will pay this person's salary for you for at least as long as she works with you. I will pay this. And I was paying that salary for her, you know, and there was another staff again working in another organization, and I was paying them from my own church. I was paying these people so that they could work free for another organization. And this person made up a story Oh, it burned. And I asked God, what do I do? And one day I was sitting and she sneaked into my house. What are you doing here? He said, kneel down. I come to beg you, forgive me, lift any curse you may ever bless. Myself never cursed. But you are coming to secretly tell me, whereas you try to malign me and destroy me before people, large congregations, and that, can you go back and apologize to them and tell them you lied to them to destroy, to malign me? And the Lord said, what right have you to say that? Yours is to forgive. And I said, I release you. Go. Many years later, I saw this person. With tears in my eyes, I emptied the entire money I had in my hand. I said, take this to improve your business. And I emptied it. It doesn't benefit me that you are not doing well. One of them, 15 years after doing all that, I think I was in Canada or the US, I can't remember. And she was calling, this one was calling me, I don't have rent, I'm going to be put out of there, please, sir, you need to help me. I said, 15 years after you left me, you're still this way, what happened? Please help me look for a job and all that. The laws of nature will catch up with them. The law of sowing and reaping, the law of whatever a man sows he will reap, all that will catch up with them. But it's not you to put them in your heart. Let them go. Do you understand? Number 7, never underestimate anyone or take them for granted. Doing so can cause you to lose sight of greatness. Every achievement begins as a seed. My dad says something. Don't say to anybody, what is he going to do? He says, if you say, he can do nothing, drop that baby there. 3 months old baby, 2 months old baby, drop him there. He can't do anything. He said, do you know if that baby cries for 2 hours non-stop, everybody in the house will be confused? He said, how do you challenge people? He can do nothing. He said, everyone has something to do. Everyone can prove a point. Even a year-old baby can cry for 3 hours and the whole family will be in trouble. You can lose greatness by despising people. You know, one of the things God has helped me with in life is my ability to see into people's future. And people always ask me, why are you so interested in me? Why do you do this? I say, I'm doing it into your future. You don't see what I say about you. If you say it, you will know you deserve what I'm sowing, the seed I'm sowing to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm sowing a seed to your future, man. Don't even bother yourself to try to this. I see greatness in you. Don't despise anyone. Anywhere you see greatness, sow a seed into it. And if you see a great man who is all over the place, whose name is all in the press, go after him. Ask him some great questions. I do that all the time. I met one of the top leaders of this country at Heathrow Airport, and I walked to him. I said, you are two-time governor, you are once Speaker of the House of Reps. He said, yes. And I, oh, doctor, are you the one? I said, oh, I'm so glad to meet you. And then he started sharing something, and we had more than an hour conversation, which would never have been if I let him just lie. I met one of the, Nobel laureate. I met him also at the airport, and I said to him, I know you. I want to thank you for what you stood for. I know that. Can I have a word with you? And then I just share with them. I've seen great men and women of God, and I see them. I say, I thank God for what you did. One time I met one of our coaches, who was a coach to our nation's football team, and I said to him, you are so and so, yes. And I said to him, thank you for what you do for this nation. Can you tell me why you do this? Something. He said, look, people can pay me. I have 3 offers right now. They want to pay me larger than my country will pay me. But my name may not be etched in so much gold as promoting my country around the world. I want to contribute, and I have not been paid for 8 months, but I think by serving in my nation, my children will grow up and be glad that they had a father who helped their country. Do you understand what I'm saying? Values, knowing that greatness, when you see greatness, recognize them, celebrate them, and learn from them. Number 8, never let your past control or dominate you. It hinders progress. You cannot drive while focusing on your rear mirror. To move forward, you must look ahead and continue. Rear mirrors are for mere reflections. You see, when you're driving, you look at your rear mirror. The purpose is to help you make decisions. If you want to overcome, be sure no one is behind you. Do you get it? And then if you are going to move as to the other side of the road, if you're going to cross over, if you're going to park, whatever it is, or you want to overcome, you need your rear mirror to be sure of what is happening behind you. But you only glance at it. It's only a glance. You have to drive straight. You have to look ahead of you, not, through the mirror. Rear mirrors are for reflection. You have to reflect, but you have to move forward. And so don't let your past keep you down. Did you fail yesterday? That's okay. Everyone fails. Everyone has failed before. You never see a Paul who has never been involved in murdering. You never see a Moses who was not a murderer. You never see a David who was not an adulterer and a murderer. God has no perfect instrument working for him yet. He cannot find any perfect instrument because every high priest will be taken from among men because himself is surrounded about by similar weakness as other men. For Elijah was a man of like passion. Elijah, he brought down fire, he did everything. When the time chips were down, the guy began to complain, began to run away. He was fearful, he was discouraged, he was a complainer, he was murmurer, he was everything that you could be. Look ahead, forge ahead. Number 9, never plant an evil seed because you're going to reap the consequences of it. Some trees bear fruit beyond your lifetime, into future generations. The universe gives back 100-fold or whatever you sow into it. When my dad passed on, my goodness, we were planning for just about 1,000 people we had more than 2,500 to 3,000, and the police gave out the van, the DSS gave out the military, everywhere, and my community was seized over for 3 full days. And everybody was celebrating, testifying. He paid my exam fees. He sent me to school. He did this, he did that. Some sit, and people came from all over the country. Do you know when we were planning for his funeral, people were texting me, "Hey, hello, Reverend, how are we preparing for national conference?" I said, "What national conference?" He said, "Baba's Bera is a national conference. All of us over the nation, we are all coming because that man is a center of unity." Do you understand what I'm saying? In other words, the universe will give to you 100 back or fold or whatever you put. Some seeds, some trees will never give only to you. They will produce beyond your lifetime. So be sure that you put good seeds there. Don't sow division. Because if you sow division and tell your children don't relate with that family, this family don't relate with that family don't relate with that, do you realize that you will end up destroying future generations? Number 10, never do to others what you don't desire for yourself. It contravenes the golden rule. It is ungodly, please, to treat anyone less than you want to be treated. Right and wrong can easily be determined by applying the golden rule. Do to others as you want them to do to you. Do you understand? Don't treat people less than you want to be treated. Don't underestimate them. Don't look down them because you won't love to be treated that way. Do you understand me? Never live above your means. Number 11. It leads to poverty and greed. Your wisdom is to save for the future and save for investment. Don't live, if you earn 1,000 naira, you can't afford to spend 1,000 naira. Always spend below your means. If your salary is 100,000, you want to be sure you save at least 30%. In fact, 20% is the least of it, which is the rule of Joseph. That is the rule he applied for Egypt. I've taught it somewhere. I will teach it someday. So 30% save that. But if you have that, don't ever spend 100,000. Because if you do, you will not have a future or investment to save. Something saved up for investment. Okay? So make sure you plan, save, and make investment. Buy stocks, buy bonds, buy properties, and do other things. Number 12, never forget those who gave you a shoulder to climb and lean on. It is the definition of an ingrate. No one is entitled to anything. Nobody owes you anything. A better response is to show appreciation and value them. Show appreciation and value to these people. Add value to their lives. Add value to those who have blessed you before. Don't be an ingrate. Don't act as if yesterday never existed. Yesterday came. You saw it. You will not have been where you are without the shoulders you climb on. Do you understand? In most of my books, I usually write, I am a product of many books. In my physical library, I have thousands of books. In my electronic libraries, I have over 10,000 books. Why? Because I am like the bee. I take from every plant, but I make something called my own, which is the honey. Okay? Number 13, never cease to be a student of life. Avoid staying in a class where you are always the best. It brings complacency. Okay? Your growth halts when you have no one to challenge you. Your potential is limitless. So, the sky is not even your limit. God is. Do something. Be sure that you go be a student in some sort. Let people speak into your life. Let them show you other side you don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying? Number 14, which is the last one. Never do for the poor what the poor can do for themselves. It creates entitlement mentality and toxic charity. Empower people to become independent of you and useful to themselves and the society. Don't be used to giving them a handout. Do you understand? I wish I can stay a little longer, but our time is gone. However, you need to do something. Help me. Share this to somebody. Like, comment, ask your questions. Use all the coordinates that we put in there and support us. And until I come your way next week at this same time, this same channel, this has been TLC, the Life Coach. God bless you.